Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I am back with this behemoth of a motherboard that I picked up in this unassuming case a little bit ago in a kind of a retro-ish PC haul that I did a video on earlier. I've gotten a lot of comments about this board, and basically, apparently if it works, this board is actually stupidly desirable right now. So let's just see if it works, because I'm actually really excited, because I actually might have a future plan for this if it does work. So let's take a look at it. And here's the unassuming generic looking black ATX case. So if anyone recognizes this case, make and model, put it down in the comment section, because I love hearing about this kind of stuff from my viewers. But anyway, hiding inside of this, so in this unassuming case, we have a dusty yet powerful behemoth of a board from back in the day. So this is a Republic of Gamers Rampage 3 Gene. Now I got a crap ton of comments from about this board being it's a super powerful and desirable and compatible board from way back in the day, and even now it's a desirable board, fetching quite a bit of money on eBay apparently, if it works. So what makes this board really powerful is the CPU socket here. Now this is part of the first generation of the Core i series, much like that time capsule PC, which I'll put a link to right there, that had the i5 750. But unlike that board, which was LGA 11, I think 55 or 51. This is LGA 1366. Now, if that sounds familiar, that's the same socket that these early Xeons used, like this W5550, which we will come back to. Plus, this board also supports the entirety of the first gen of the i7s, plus the Core i7 Extremes, which were just bonkers CPUs back in the day. Plus, these had true triple channel support, unlike most CPUs before and even after this, as it only supported dual channel RAM, which basically means you could have 4 matching sticks and get the full power speed of your DDR, at the time 3 RAM. This actually allowed you full triple channel, so you could have 6 full speed RAM sticks in here. I believe even overclocked up to 3200 megahertz. So this board, as it sits, should be able to support 24 gig of RAM, which does not sound impressive. But it does when you consider that at the time, most boards during this time before this were 8 to 16 gig max. In fact, some I think even were 12 gig max. You get a mix and match RAM sticks. But yeah, this thing also supports massive amounts of overclocking on the CPU with pretty beefy cooling on the VRMs, plus SLI and Crossfire support, plus I believe this thing also has USB 3 support somewhere, plus physical power and reset buttons. This board is awesome, but I never power tested it when I did that original video, and that's because I didn't have any more thermal paste. I actually had run out doing a lot of maintenance on some other stuff. But I found a little tube of, I don't know, what is this? John's Bow? I found it in a box of parts. So I'm going to use this to power test this CPU. I only have one shot at this, so hopefully this thing just works. So with these menagerie of parts, we're going to see if we can get this thing working. So, because if it does, like I said in the intro, I have a stupidly cool plan for this if it works. So fingers crossed. Okay, first things first is I want to get this cooler situation figured out. Now this was inside the case, and it was actually loose, so hopefully it didn't knock nothing loose or break nothing off or score anything. I don't see nothing broken off. All the capacitors are here. They all seem to be fine. So, but this is a beefy cooler. Like, good God. Copper core. I mean, yeah, I don't like the OEM fan situation. I don't like that this is kind of janked up, but yeah, we're going to see if we can get this thing to pop on and work. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about proper, thermal paste placement. Because, well, like I said, this is just going to be power cycle. I'm not installing an operating system. I'm not going to, try to run any benchmarks. I just want to see this thing work. All right, so now that I've got these tabs undone, where is the CPU fan header? Oh, there it is. So I need to put it, okay. Give it a little wiggle wiggle. Ooh, that is solid. All right, plug in the cooling fan. RAM. All right, so I'm not going to max it out or anything with RAM. I'm just going to install some RAM to get this thing to work. And I have no full matching sticks, but they're all 12800U, so they should be fine. In fact, I actually have 24 gig here, so why not just load it up and see what happens. And yeah, I know this is stupid, because one of these RAM sticks could be dead and keep it from posting. At the same time, this will at least let me see if there's any RAM-based issues. Plus, I kind of want to test this thing in the configuration that it kind of was when Ooh, I just realized something. There's not much space between the cooling fan here and this first RAM slot. So if I ever put any like fancy RAM with like heat spreaders or anything, I might have to get a different cooler. But that's future me problems. All right, and even though I already have a video card in here, I do want to just, again, I want to throw everything at this and just see what doesn't work. These are GTX 550 Ti OCs, D1/1 gigabyte GDDR5. Not the most powerful CPUs or GPUs in the world. In fact, when if this thing works and I do my plan for it, I am going to be upgrading these at some point. But I want to run these and see if they both work, and well, then we can go from there. Because see, I would rather remove parts to see what doesn't work than try to add parts and see what doesn't. Or no, I want to be able to take parts away if something doesn't work, then try to add parts and see what does work. All right, as for power supply to try and power all this, I hope it's enough. I have this LSP Ultra 750 watt ATX power supply. This one I actually was using for my test bench stuff, so it should power all this, I'd hope. But we're gonna find out. If not, this is gonna need a beefy power supply, and oh boy. And yeah, like I said, I'm not installing this because I'm probably gonna be taking this out of this case at some point anyway. There's a 24 pin. Now let's plug in the two GPUs with the two 6 pins. And where is the CPU? Right there. Oh, the CPU is only a... Oh, that's cool. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's an 8-pin, but it's got a little cover plate blocking off 4 of the pins. So I should be able to just use this 4-pin one. All right, let's plug it in and try it. Okay, and I am an SLI noob, so I don't know exactly which video card it plugs into. I'm assuming it's the first one. Okay. Okay, so I should be on, no, not composite. VGA, all right. PSU power switch. Nothing blew up. Lights on the motherboard. All right, fingers crossed. Whoa. All the fans are working. Keyboard lights are lighting up. Ooh, ooh. Oh, yes. Core i7 930 at 2.8 gigahertz. For BBS pop-up, press Alt F2 to execute Easy Flash 2 DDR3 at 1600 megahertz, or 1066. 16 gig. No, I do not have 16 gig. I have 24. So I have 2 dead RAM sticks, possibly. Let's run setup. Oh my god. This is, oh my god, this board works in, oh. Warning, overclocking. We're not going to overclock anything. I just want to see what's here. For locked CPU only, DDR3 800 and 1066 can work. I don't think this is a locked CPU. Okay, main. We have no SATA. Okay, so CMOS battery is dead, so that's probably why it's rebooting stuff. Or went to basic configuration. Usable memory, 16, 37, no, it should have 24. But holy crap, yeah, it's working. And I believe that's SLI is working, so everything seems to be in a, well, except for legacy OSs. What's a legacy OS compared to this? Power, hardware monitor, and speed control. We have no overclocking profiles, which is fine. They call it Extreme Tweaker. I just saw that. Oh my god. But yeah, what if I can go to game? Ooh, this is gaming mode. Oh, that's gonna be useful. AI overclocker. Oh, this is. It works. It's not displaying the other two RAMs, so I don't know what RAM sticks are dead. Is there a way to configure SATA as IDE, RAID, or AHCI? I need to do research before I do anything of that. Onboard devices, no. LED control? What is LED control? There's LED. Wait, what? Would this board support LED stuff? Like RGB strips? I don't think so. IROG. Okay, that's... So why is it not seeing all 24 gig? So that's... Oh yeah, this thing is actually working perfectly fine. Better than I thought it was going to, actually. I'm kind of not surprised that the CMOS battery is dead, because I don't know how long this thing was unplugged and unhooked. And it is only displaying 16 gig right here, and that's because these two RAM sticks are completely shot. They won't even boot with these two. I was switching around RAM sticks, trying to figure out which one was dead, hoping it was on a slot or in complete channel. But yeah, as far as I can tell, when I put just these two sticks in, it will not boot or post at all, which is weird because they're the same speed rating as the other four, but maybe there's just something with these chips the BIOS doesn't like, which is weird because it's a very compatible BIOS. But it doesn't matter because it works. The SLI is working, CPU is working. It's only displaying 2.8 gigahertz. I don't remember if that's the actual clock speed or not, but hey, it's working. So now, future plans. So I've been sitting on this case for about a year or two now. I got it for a garage sale for like 10, 15 bucks. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it, but it was stupidly cheap because it's got a little bit of damage here, but nothing that makes it unusable. But it's a super cool case I've been needing a use for. Specifically, it's a Ultra. I'll put the model name here. I believe it's a Illuminator or Illumatrix. Anyway, it's an all aluminum chassis that they basically made to clone the server-looking Antec Dragons from way back in the day. And I just realized there's optical drives in here. Ooh, a light scribe. I could use that. Anyway, yeah, I love the way it looked with the gloss black, the brushed aluminum finish, and the clear side panel. I was actually going to be putting that i5 750 hardware that was in that time capsule PC into this chassis because I thought it would look super cool. Well, now they have a much cooler looking board, a much more powerful and, well, let's say, exciting board. That's definitely going to be put. I'm going to be transplanting these parts in a future video into this case. There are some things I'm not quite sure for hardware. I don't know if I'm going to keep the SLI setup or if I'm going to pop in. I do have a GTX 950, or if I should go for something like more exotic, like maybe twin 580s or twin 670s. I don't know yet. We'll have to see when I get to that point. And one thing I do want to change though is that CPU cooler, even though that is more than enough to keep that cool. Since it's got the clear side panel, I do want to like maybe get some era appropriate interior lights, like maybe just a generic LED cooling fan for it, or something. We'll have to see when I get to that point in the future. But yes, that is a future project. So I'm excited. This thing actually is working just fine. In fact, I've had it running behind me the entire time, even with the multiple bad takes I've taken throughout all this. But anyway, yes. That being said, thank you all for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Put your comments, questions, and thoughts in the comment section down below about whether this case, any parts to put in this thing, the operating system, maybe Windows XP, like an overkill build, or Windows XP / Windows 7 dual boot, or whatever. I'd love to hear some ideas for it, because I honestly don't really have too many ideas at this point. Or if you have any thoughts on this other board here, because apparently there's a modified BIOS out there that would allow me to run up to 48 gigabyte of RAM, and to use the era of Xeons that was out during this time. That's why I mentioned this W550, or this W3550. I'm sorry, I misspoke. This is a W3550 that would use this, which is a much higher clocked Xeon CPU. That'd be stupidly cool, but I'm not really sure where I'm going to find the BIOS for that. So anyway, again, with that being said, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.